Turning to accusations against Google over bias against conservatives, a judge in California has ruled that a discrimination case involving fired engineer James Damore can now proceed after Google tried to get the case thrown out. You remember James Damore was fired in 2017 after he wrote an internal memo blasting the company's, quote, ideological echo chamber. Here with what's next for the case is attorney Harmeet Dhillon, who brought the class action lawsuit against Google, as you can see right there. She joins us from San Francisco. Harmeet, good morning to you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Why does Mr. Dhillon think? Why does Mr. Damore think he got fired by Google?
Well, James and another fired employee originally filed suit last year on the basis of their political activities. They claimed they were fired, but others at the company have also claimed that they were fired because of their gender, their male gender, and their race, which is white or Asian, which are claimed to be overrepresented minorities there. So this lawsuit that's going forward now is a class action lawsuit on behalf of all job applicants who claim they were discriminated against and didn't get a job on the basis of those characteristics. James and the other individual plaintiff have had their cases forced into arbitration by Google, which, by the way, no longer does that to people, but they have required James and the other plaintiff to do that. So right. We've been told by Google that there are actually several million people who apply to the company during the class period of 4 years, and that it's an impossible task for Google to respond to discovery on this. But the court said, no, you have to allow discovery on this, and we are going to find out whether you discriminate on these bases.
So when you say respond to discovery, what you're saying is you want to see documents from inside Google that supports what James says is political bias against conservatives.
Oh, absolutely. Political bias. And, it's not just documents, but they'll have to answer some questions from us. And really, we get to delve into their employment practices and see what they do behind the scenes, because it's a notoriously opaque process. And California law requires that they be pretty transparent about these issues and not discriminate on the things that we're claiming. When
he was at Google, how would this bias manifest itself?
Well, our lawsuit details an extensive practice by Google senior executives and employees on people based on being just a conservative, being a Trump supporter, or even in James's case, who's not even, he calls himself a classical liberal, somebody who just says that the company should be open-minded and objective about these issues. But it's a very liberal workplace, and it comes out with liberal products as a result. And so I think people are entitled to ask these questions.
You know, I think it was a year or two ago that Jack Dorsey, the guy from Twitter, said on Capitol Hill, he said, look, we're in California. Everybody, for the most part, leans to the political left. It's hard to find people who are conservative out there.
That's nonsense. So Google operates worldwide, and one of our employment plaintiffs actually doesn't even live in California. And so, the fact of the matter is that I'm here in the Bay Area, and I know many people who've applied to work there who've been rejected for mysterious reasons. It's Google. Google has all the information about everybody. In fact, they gather it and they sell it. And so we know they have it, and we're going to find out exactly how they use it in the hiring process. And then a court will decide later on, several months down the road, whether there's enough information to certify the classes of gender discrimination, of political discrimination, and of racial discrimination at Google.
All right. Well, they tried to have the case thrown out, but the judge says no, it's going to go on. Harmeet Dhillon, we thank you very much for joining us live.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. By the way, we did reach out to Google. We have not heard back from them yet. All right.